Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Four Horsemen Studios figure Obscura, Frankenstein's creature. Now, this thing just went up. This was only available at the Four Horsemen store. There will be a retailer exclusive down the road, but it'll probably be 6, 7, 8 months down the road. This is the one we got in hand now. So here we can see this awesome packaging. On the top, you're going to have the Four Horsemen. It goes like that. Four Horsemen. And on the back here, we have a nice detailed description of the actual creature. Now, this thing does pop open. And these are magnets, all right? So I know I did show this off before with the Headless Horseman. And here's how the creature looks. All right, I hate that ring light being right there, but you can see absolutely, I think everything that's into it, it looks awesome. On the top, you have all this cursive handwriting, so kids today won't be able to read it. That I think is all about describing what he's been doing, his research. So this thing is absolutely awesome from top to bottom. And then, of course, we have this. Now, this is a big, thick cardboard, and if you need to, you have your own display drop. I guess I don't know if you'd be doing research like right there with all the stuff that it comes with, but that thing is awesome. I think that can be used for a lot of different things. So there you go. You can kind of take a look at it. I'm sure I'll have a couple pictures, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever with that. So anyway, well, let's get into this, because I know a lot of people are real interested in this, and you'll be interested to wonder if, hey, if I didn't get it now, is it something that I should wait and get once it comes to be the retailer exclusive? So we're going to find out real quick. But before we do, if you like this type of content, you like what I give you, and I do give you some Four Horsemen studio stuff, whether it be Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, or Figure Obscura, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. Now let's get to it. Alright, so I got the figure out, and all I can say is, wow. There is a lot of stuff. This was a $70 figure. After taxes and shipping, it came out to be like $83. Just by the amount of stuff that I'm getting here, and being a smaller company like it is, it's already well worth it, as long as the figure isn't utter trash, and I doubt it will be. So, you get this Frankenstein creatures book, right? Presented by Mary Shelley and the Four Horsemen, and it's going to tell you your little story. All right, so I don't know if they've done this in the past, but I have to say I absolutely love this. This is awesome. This is actually probably something that I will read. So super cool. It has obviously the picture from the artwork that's actually on the box. So be sure you keep this. Look for it. It is in a bag. It really reminds me of the Masters of the Universe. So maybe it's like an homage to that. So quickly, let's get into what we have here. And the first thing that we'll just quickly take a look at is the table. So here we have the pieces to the bottom of the table, and I didn't notice all the worn off paint that is just chipping. I mean, this looks awesome. My moderator, Matthew Matson, did make a comment that it looks a little bit too moderate, but when I'm looking at it here, I'm not sure if it does, but I also don't know what things would look like back then. But either way, the chipping of the paint is absolutely a nice detail to show that this thing has been sitting around for quite some time. All right, even look at all that detail where you just have like where it's starting to rust, and then it's chipped down here. So this is just going to plug directly into here, and then we're going to take our table. All right, which even has, oh, I guess it doesn't have anything there. Table is pretty clean, all right? Except for that little piece that's straggling along. So, all right, so you got this nice piece here, so we can put a lot of our stuff on here. All right, so there's our table, and we'll start loading that up as we move along. So, all right, let's look at everything that this thing does come with. We have this stuff. I don't know what this is. If somebody knows exactly what it is, please tell me. But all in all, look at that. Looks absolutely cool. All the different paint going down these individual little pieces. They're not real individual, but supposedly individual pieces. You got the paint that runs straight up. So you get this brass. It's obviously holding it on there. And that just looks so good. All right, their paint is magnificent. All right. So whatever this piece is, please, if you know, please let me know. We have one book here, which is wrapped together. You see these pages that are starting to come out. Just a little bit of paint there shows how worn they are. Ooh, look at that. You got a page that's been bookmarked. And you can tell it's got this leather binder. All the detail to so it doesn't ruin the corners of it. And then it has some sort of star on it. Now this does not open, so don't try it. But even the detail so you can see the clasp on it. Just awesome. We got our second book, which is the same book. I love the fact they give you 3 books and they're all different. Again, this one here is closed too. It looks like it has another leather binder over it. You can see how it's clasped together. And then all the pages there. And you can see how beat up they've done such a good job of making it look like these things are actually, like these pages are actually beat up. They've watched them. So, it looks like it must go somewhere. But we'll look at that later. And then we have this one right here. This one is not held together. All right. But you do have your, you can tell there's supposed to be something that was put onto it. Some sort of brass piece. Looking at the binding here. And even on this, you can see the different pages. So, no stone unturned with this. Left unturned. Is that what it is? All right. We'll take a look at this. Now, it does not rotate. This, I believe, is how you start to create electricity. But we do have a wire that we can undo and decide where we were going to plug it in. I don't know enough about Frankenstein's creature to get too in depth, but looking at this, you got the brass. You can even see how worn it's supposed to be, like in certain parts here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the belt. And the way they just painted the belt through there. All right. And then here you're going to look at it. Got the nice screw that's holding it in. Just absolutely amazing. All right. So all you're going to need is some sort of table. This thing is not going to hold all of this stuff. I'm going to hold it right now. And then we got a couple or 3 of these little pieces. All right. So you definitely want to have some cologne because this guy probably stinks. I'm not exactly sure what these are. Again, I'm not a big, huge horror guy, but you do get 4 of them. Someone right now is probably screaming, going, oh my God, you don't know anything. Again, I review cool toys that I like the way they look. You can use those for anything, as we have Dr. Mindbender right there to showcase it. And then we have this piece here. This is going to be for the table that you're going to put Frankenstein's creature on. Once again, awesome wear on the paint where you can just see that it's chipped. I mean, who thinks of this stuff? I mean, who really thinks about, putting, parts of the paint being chipped? Then you got these 4 big bolts. You would assume that it's bolted into the ground so you don't have to worry about this thing falling. And then we have the actual table. All right. And you can see how worn it is. All right, right in the edges, you're getting like dirt, mud, not mud, but grime and stuff that's kind of building up in there. Again, completely worn there. And this thing should come out, and it's on a ratchet system. So you can ratchet it to where you need it to be. All right. None of this is going to rotate, but you don't need it to because of how it looks. All right. These pieces here are where you're going to put the straps so you can strap them down. But the paint on this is magnificent. You look through here, you can tell it's a different color, and it does have some wear to it. Wear on this. All right. I do wish other stuff moved up, but I'm not going to be that mad. Because as much stuff as you're getting for this, I'm going to believe this is where the pump, where you would actually use it to pump them up. All right. So we have 3 different housings for skulls or potions, whatever you want to put in here. They do open up, so you can put it in there. All right. Nice and clear, as you can see. All right. But once you pop it on there, you don't have to worry about it falling off. And I love that they give you 3 different sizes. So obviously these are to look much older, where I have something like this from Dr. Mindbender from the G.I. Joe. You can see it's way more modern. It has that hand right in the middle there. You got to figure out what I might be doing with this guy, right? He's kind of sitting right there. Like, what kind of pictures are you going to be taking? And again, we have this one here. Just nice detail. It really has like a wood feel to it. All right. We have 4 different pieces of chain, and each chain has its own individual links. So you know it's not some rubber one that just looks crappy. It is actual chain. Now you're gonna pop his hands off to get that in there, but look at the detail in that. It is brass. You can tell that it's clasped together. Here we have another one. I'm gonna say that this one is a little bit bigger, so it's probably for his feet. So 2 of, man, oh man, the things that are so difficult. So 2 of this size, and then 2 of this size. Here we have the straps that are going to hold them on. Obviously, one go to the feet, one go over the body, and you can tell they are rubber. A couple different sizes. You can use different figures, but it definitely does look like a leather strap to it. And the detail on that is really good. Looks like there is some paint on it. So, comes with this head that goes with Hagnon. All right, so if you have Hagnon, you know that this is the head for him. The white just eyes, no pupil. Well, you can see there are pupils in there, but they really like hidden inside of it, and they almost look like they follow. Wow, that looks so good. Oof. Clearly he has something that is stuck in his brain there. Holes throughout his skull. I mean, that detail and that paint looks amazing. Lips looks like maybe he's been out in the cold just a little too long. And there's kind of teeth holding it together. But man, oh man, that is awesome. And again, you can use it on a figure if you want. So you got another figure you want to make. That's what Mythic Legions, that's what 4 Horsemen do. Here we just have a skull. Again, probably from their skeletons. But even the detail underneath it. But look at this thing. You got all the teeth right there. Big nose crevice. You got your eyes. The cracks are off the skull. This thing is awesome looking. All right. And then we get... Oh, wait. We have the hand that goes to the skeleton. All right, so you can kind of decide what you want to do with that. You can use it on a regular skeleton. Again, great paint, great sculpt on it. So he comes with these 2 extra hands, because you definitely need some sort of grabbing hands. And you can see all this stitching that he did as he stitched them together. Fingernails are painted. I mean, this thing is awesome looking. And then we have another set of feet. Bare feet. He comes with boots here. You can see the stitching down it. It looks like they're two different colors, because again, he's mixed and matched. All right, but you have a peg if you need to use a stand for this big old giant. But look at that. That is awesome. Just looks so good. All right. It comes with another waist piece. Another waist piece. If you want to take the clothes off them, have them run around that way. And it is not cloth, but just the look of it, it'd be hard to tell in pictures. All right, but look at that. I mean, it looks like it is torn cloth. Looks really good. That paint throughout it. Very pliable, very flexible, so you won't have any issues with there. All right. 2 extra head sculpts. So here's one without hair, obviously angry. He is stitched up, so there's obviously skin around it. And looking at his eyes, those look pretty good. Teeth are pretty worn. All the detail throughout that, throughout just every little crease, it just looks amazing. Stitching behind the ear. All right. And then we have a more Frankenstein type face that we've come to know and love. All right, I know Frankenstein was the, yeah, we know. But he's got the black mouth, no teeth, so black lips. Eyes look really good on this. It's got the red going through here, stitching. So if we look at the two of these here, they do a good job because they keep the stitching right there. They keep the red going from the eye right down. All right, so yeah, this looks really, really good. Super impressed with this. Super, super happy looking at this already. All right, now let's get to Frankenstein's creature. And let's start off by saying, if you are a punk fan, if you are a Misfits fan, I believe we said this is Wolfgang. From the Misfits, you won't be able to not see it. Go watch the Misfits. You get the trench coat. So this guy is a big, beefy guy. I'm just going to put him right here. And you can put Mindbender right in front of him. And I really should have grabbed Serpentor, but he's in a pose right now. Serpentor is a very large figure for Joe's. This guy is going to tower over him. All right. I don't have a tower over Serpentor, but this is a perfect creature to make to be your Serpentor. So let's just look at how this detail is on him. So here he has the hair. So you're going to assume he put some sort of wig on him. Obviously, probably stapled everything to him. But again, you see the red right here. They made sure to keep the stitching. All right. Up through the forehead. The teeth look the same. All right. So you definitely want to make sure that everything is the same because it's supposed to be the same creature. You got your eyes look amazing on them. All right. Then this is not soft goods, but is a nice pliable rubber. Torn up at the bottom. All this detail. So obviously I would assume this is supposed to be some sort of like fur on the inside. You got your brass buckles. You can see how they're supposed to clasp onto it. You get the veins. Oh man, look at those veins right in those biceps. Man, all the stitching is just really going pretty far with the green fingernails. And there's so much grime throughout them. All right, and then you look at the back of the trench coat, and I love the way that this is all worn. And it's also all stitched up. So he obviously found one, he stitched it up. Again, why he couldn't find a regular one doesn't make a lot of sense. Now we're looking at the left arm. Again, detail. If you're going to complain about this, if you're going to complain on any of this detail, you are sadly mistaken. All right. It's got just a rope to hold it up. Got the holes in the pants and the knees. Well, one hole in the knee, one up top here. And then are they frayed at the bottom? Yep, it looks like they are frayed at the bottom. There we can take a look at his body right there, and you can see exactly how he has been put together. So the detail on this is absolutely awesome. Let's take this off so we can look at it just a little bit better. If you're new to the channel here and you're wondering why I'm doing this, I like to do an overview of exactly what you're going to see. If you're opening this up, this is what you're going to get. This is what you're seeing. You never had a Mythic Legions. You're like, I ordered that. I've never had one of their stuff. Is it worth it? Well, now you're getting a good look at it. So look at that big cut right down his back. And you can see, I don't know if that's supposed to be blood that's running through there, but the detail in the muscles is awesome. And obviously this is where everything was put into him. So he's broken up. Neck has been attached. All right. It goes all the way around. All right. Looking at the boots, he does get the platform boots, kind of like Herman Munster. It almost looks like they're, well, I mean, I guess you would see where they were supposed to be sewed together. This is a long time ago, right? All right. So let's, well, you know what? Let's see. How do the pants come off easily? Because he is supposed to be able to take his pants off. I'm assuming you probably don't have to take the body apart, but I could be 100% completely wrong. Nope, there's Velcro. So this comes apart. And then we're going to have the Velcro that just peels this right off. Now you're going to have to take the boots off. We'll do that quickly. And I'm going to be careful because they do give you some instructions that they said you might have to, didn't need to, you might have to warm them up. So this comes right off. So now we can put the other feet on them. And I'm believing, hopefully this is easier than my Aces of Aviation figure to get that suit off. Take this Velcro off there. And, well, we'll just say, you're going to want to put something on them. Which is going to be this piece. And as you can see, what that's there for is there's a nice little piece right there, so it kind of plugs in. You will have to pop him off to get this on. So either way, probably would have been easier just had it done it the other way. But we'll take a look at the articulation here. So he has no ab articulation. He's going to turn side to side. He can move forward due to a joint right here. Move up. No neck, but he has the piece here. So I'm assuming with the bald head, he's going to be able to look up a little bit higher. He can look down and side to side. There's your T-pose. Swivels there. Single jointed elbows. Now this has probably been the biggest complaint of people with Four Horsemen, is that they don't use double joints. So they're able to twist here rather than have a bicep cut. They like to leave as many points of articulation out that you can't see. All right. But what you get in return is amazing. He has a perfect Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can obviously kick straight up. His knees bend about 90 degrees. All right. But of course, now we got to pop the torso off so we can put this on. So hopefully I don't have to heat them up. If I break them, I'm going to be really upset. Okay, so I think we're going to have to heat this guy up to get this piece on. But to be honest, right now, I don't really want that on. So I'm not really going to have him walk around naked. But what you're going to have to do is heat this up. Either put him in some hot water or use a blow dryer. Heat him up, and then you can pop this off. But that's how this piece has to go on. I'm not going to do it Because like I said, I really don't want this on it. I have other things that I want to do with them. So that sounded awful. So let's slide the pants back in. All right. And the Velcro, which you probably didn't have back then, but I'm fine with them doing it this way. And then all you're going to do is just do a nice little loop right here, just so it looks like he has some rope holding him on. All right. Push that down. So throw the feet on him. His bare feet. And again, the pants are long enough that you don't have to worry about seeing those joints. All right. You need to look underneath it when you're trying to get this thing on, though. If you haven't noticed, this table is not the most sturdy table, so everything starts to fall over when I lean up against it. So there's your really good articulation on the feet. So you should have no problem standing him without any issues. All right. Pop this head off, and we'll go on with this one. And now you can see exactly how he looks there. I'm not going to lie, I think the one with the hair is by far the best. But you can see how far he can look up. But you really, if you're taking pictures, you got to get it from the right point of view. Because if you get this angle, it just doesn't look right. All right? If it's down here, he looks perfectly fine. Let's say you want to throw this head on it. This should fit, even though it's a different size. Matter of fact, that doesn't look that bad. If you were doing pictures and you want to show him trying different heads, maybe this is one, and when you woke up, like you show him in a mirror and his eyes are just kind of like that. I'm going to throw the skeleton head on. I'm going to say that ball joint is too big for the skeleton. So I'm not going to push too hard with that thing. Then we got the angry head. Feel like Mrs. Potato Head. Don't forget your angry eyes. If anyone has kids, they've seen. You've seen Toy Story. But man, this thing looks awesome. All right. So we're going to pop off the hands here. And how easy do they come out? They pop out nice and easy. So, there we go, popping that in. No problem. This will be good if you have them in the laying down position on this thing, which we're going to get there. All right. I'm going to pop off this hand next. Throw this on over here. Well, I guess I should have done how he looks with these on. So if you have like a wall drop like I have back here, you can use some sort of sticky tack or something, put it on there, make it so he's kind of suspended against it. That's how they're holding him. All right. We'll throw this on here for right now. Then we're going to look at the table. All right, so let's see how well the strap goes on holding on the table here. And as you can see, he is way too big for it. But I don't feel like they were treating him all that good anyway, so. We have the straps here. Now, I don't know if they're going to go all the way over. Well, I guess we can push them. Yeah, we can push it all the way up like that. And yeah. So it might be a little bit of a fight here. Oh, maybe it's easy. Ew. I like this though. there we got that in there. I'm going to take this piece here and wrap it over. Make it nice and tight, because what is cool about this is we should be able to move them up. Look at that. So we can get him up all the way like this. He's strapped down. I kind of wanted these hands on here so you can see him where it looks like he's trying to fight his way off. Maybe it's when he's first being made. I don't know if they just staple his hair on while he's like well and functional or not, but there you go. That looks really nice. That cape, I'm sorry. This trench coat. Man, that looks so good. Everything is just awesome. Well, I mean, you wouldn't have this head. You know, you'd have, I guess, this one here, right? Throw that on there. Look at that. And does the skull fit in the smaller one? So skull fits in the smaller one. And I guess you take this hand and throw the hand in like so. Look at that. So now I got like a couple hands, and I got a brain, and I got other skulls that I can put a brain in. I know people are like, yeah, you don't have a brain, maybe put one in yourself. So these are the Dr. Mindbender. I don't know why I'm showing you, other than I have a whole bunch of stuff to play around with. So there you go. That is your Frankenstein's creature. He is awesome looking. There's no doubt about this. I'm definitely looking forward to getting some shots here. As you can see, I brought this out here rather than have an arcade in the back. So, all right, we need to wrap up this because it's time to do some pictures. All right, so there you go. That is the Four Horsemen Studios figure Obscura Frankenstein's creature. And you can probably figure out what's going to be the first set of pictures that I do with him, because I don't want to take him off and fight to get him back on. It was $70. Again, for me, $83 after shipping and taxes. I know a lot of people say that's too expensive for an action figure, and I can't spend your money or say what it's worth. Being in this community and buying a lot of higher price items, you get to know what is worth $70, what's worth $55, what's worth $100, what's worth $25, what's worth $50. You get to have an idea of what it's worth. I can't tell you if you should spend it or not, because we work hard for our money. Do I think that this is worth the price tag? I really do. The amount of accessories that I just went over with you is amazing. The paints and the sculpture, the sculpts on these things, this is what you're paying for when you go to Four Horsemen. They're an independent company, and you're getting a lot out of them. And they really don't chintz on that. If you're going to complain about the articulation, I fully understand. It is something that I do wish also was better. But unfortunately, they put their time and their money into their paint, their sculpt, their accessories, and different things like this. Again, I can't tell people what they should or shouldn't spend their money on. I am saying, for me, if you're a toy collector and you've been wondering about a Four Horsemen figure, Mythic Legions or whatever, just pick one up. About $50. Pick one up and give it a chance and see if it's something that you like. Or maybe just so you can figure out what it's worth. Or just see what the hype is about. Because even if you think, hey, you know what, I still don't think spending $50 on a figure is worth it, but now I understand what it is. I don't think you're going to be disappointed in it. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a video. Now I'm going to get out of here, but don't go anywhere. What I am going to do is I'm going to leave a link right here to one of the other Four Horsemen studio figures that I've done, and down here will be the playlist of all their stuff. Take care.